maniac, facts. Now press rewind.
Welcome to Brainsqueezereactions. Myself, Mark Hector. What are we reacting to now? Tupac. Why? Because it's Tupac Shakur's birthday. That's a lie. Because I pre-recorded these, but for you right now, it's Tupac Shakur's birthday, and what am I doing? Well, on the #1 reaction channel for Tupac Shakur, I thought we'd spend the day celebrating Tupac. And I've got a selection of all different videos. It's not just going to be reactions to the music, it's going to be reactions to interview I've got for today, a really good one at the end of today. We're going to do that towards the back end, but also I've got some different things that we're going to have a look at, different videos to react to, but what we're going to do now is have a look at a selection of Tupac facts. These are facts that I've scoured over the internet. I didn't just pick one area and that was it. I started looking at several areas and it took me fucking ages, but I thought this would be a great way to engage with yourselves as Tupac fans. I got about 24, 25 that I want to go through, so there's loads that I've got, and what I want you to do in the comment section is to share Tupac facts that you know, okay? Be careful with your trigger fingers, because I know what you're like. You want to jump in here right now and start telling me all the facts. This took me fucking ages. So let me get through these ones that I've got, and then yourself start throwing them in the comment section. If you're new to this channel is for hate, it's not for love. Comment section is for love, man. It's not for haters. Haters, go fuck yourself. I really don't have time for your faces. They're beautiful, but I ain't got time for the fucking hatred that your face shows for me. I get it. You don't like me. Just move on. It's fine. It's fine. And what we're doing for the month of June is this. We're going to be going through Tupac Shakur's The Rose That Grew from the Concrete. Now, this is important because this is a selection of poems that he wrote when he was just 19. 19. And what I've been doing is picking one at random as we go through and reading them out loud for the whole of the month of June whenever we do Tupac reactions. I've never read these before. I've got bits of cardboard for the ones I've read already, but it's also for people who equally haven't heard these before. So fingers crossed we get one that yourselves enjoy. I'm sure they're all freaking fantastic, so let's get one at random. Stop there, man. So this one is called Forever and Today. You say that you'll love me forever, but what about today? As the dusk becomes dawns and the years pass on, will you love me the same way? If so, let us rejoice and bathe in constant pleasure. If not, spare my heart today, and I shall recover before forever. And if my doubts and my questions upset you, forgive my fragile heart. I just wanted to know if you'd love me forever, before today would start. Fucking hell, Parker. I mean, seriously, man. I know you was influenced by Shakespeare. You don't have to make the rest of us fucking look bad. 19. What was I doing at 19? Probably spraying a can of deodorant on my head and setting it on fire. That probably sounds like something that I was doing, and you're writing fucking poetry like that. Crazy. Anyways, let's jump into these Tupac facts. These are going to be amazing. I haven't read these all the way through. I've just been copying and pasting the load from all different areas. So if some of them are bullshit, I'm not going to apologize because I don't have a fucking clue. But definitely in the comment section, put your favorite Tupac facts as well. So let's start nice and easy. Food and drink. Oh, by the way, I got a new light. Have you seen? You might not notice that, but I got a new light. See that? I'm looking good. I'm looking fucking old. Look how grey my hair is. Fucking hell, Hector. Maybe you shouldn't have got this light. I'll go back to the old one so you can't see the greys. Anyways, food and drink. His favourite drink, was sun-kissed orange soda. I don't have a fucking clue what that is, but it sounds amazing. And his two favourite foods were fried chicken wings with hot sauce, lush, and macaroni and cheese. Oh, yes. See, I like chicken wings with nacho jalapenos over the top. Nacho cheese sauce and jalapenos over chicken wings. Fuck. It's got to be thick, the sauce as well, just over the top. I'm salivating just thinking about it. Anyway, it's not a Hector fact day, it's a Tupac fact day. That was nice and easy. We got some deep ones in it. This one, I loved the heading for this. Tupac had some harsh words for Donald Trump back in '92. In an unreleased interview with MTV, Puck said, "We haven't done that, have we? I don't remember talking about Donald Trump in any interviews." Okay, so I need to scour and find that one. Anyway, he said, everybody's taught that you want to be successful, you want to be like Trump, gimme, 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 push, 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 step, 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 crush, crush, crush. That's how it all is. It's too much money here. Nobody should be hitting the lotto for 36 million, and we've got people starving in the streets. Yeah, that's not idealistic, that's just real. That's just stupid. There's no way that these people should own planes when there's people that don't even have houses. Whew, that's fucking deep. Next one, meeting Joshua and creating Joshua's dream. In 1993, Tupac received a letter from the parents of a dying boy named Joshua. They said it was Joshua's dying wish to meet Tupac. Tupac flew to Maryland to meet Joshua and took him to a basketball game. The boy obviously made a huge impact on Tupac, as soon after Joshua's death, Tupac renamed his publishing company from Ghetto Gospel Music to Joshua's Dream. Fucking hell, this dude. He was revolutionary. He wasn't just a musician. This is the thing people forget. He wasn't just a musician. This dude was a fucking revolutionary. This dude was changing stuff massively, culturally, personally, in people's lives, and a dude had a heart of gold. Yeah, he had his problems, man. Every fucker does. Nobody's perfect. Some dude put a comment section about, stop making out to be God or something. I didn't make him out to be God. I respect the fact that he's a human being that's made mistakes, but it's how he's come out of those mistakes. That is what attracts me to Tupac as an individual, okay? And learning everything else in between. Anyway, this light is good, isn't it? Anyways, a shining serpent. So Tupac, is it Amaru? Am I pronouncing it Amaru? Tupac Amaru, I'm going to say it that way, means shining serpent in, is it Quechan language? So it means shining serpent. I just thought that was pretty cool. Next one, Tupac's acting career got a false start. Tupac got a great opportunity to launch a glamorous acting career when he was cast as Sharif in the crime drama Menace to Society. Unfortunately, he was fired by the co-director Alan Hughes for causing trouble on the set. That didn't go well with Tupac. Tupac and his entourage got into a fight with Alan, and they were sentenced to 15 days in jail for the incident. I mean, that's Tupac through and through. When you've got your debut in a film, then you have some differences, and you take you and your boys around for a fucking scuff and just literally having a fight. I love that. This is another good one. Tupac got rejected for a role. Who can forget the movie Forrest Gump? It was one of the most epic feel-good movies of all time, starring Tom Hanks as the slightly, I'm not going to say that, Forrest Gump, as he goes through many adventures in life. Who would write that? I don't like that word. Tupac actually auditioned for the role in the movie. According to his ex-wife, Keisha Morris, Tupac auditions for the role of Forrest's best friend from Vietnam, Bubba. He didn't get the role, and it was given to Mykelti Williamson. Fucking hell, test me with these words today. I mean, that is a hard thing to say. Mykelti. So I'm going to say Mykelti Williamson instead. Who's a great actor, by the way, as Bubba, but I would have loved to have seen Tupac in Forrest Gump. That would have been amazing. Next one. Tupac was mad. Throughout his lifetime, Pac had been involved in some potentially deadly altercations. In '97 interview, the late Big Syke, who rapped with Tupac as both a member of Thug Life and the Outlaws, recalled a time that Tupac got into a fight at a comedy store. He had 2 rolling 60s Crips after him. From there, sometime later, Tupac threw on a bulletproof vest, grabbed all his guns and met the Crips at their place to ask if they had a problem. Now, I've heard 2 versions of this. I've heard they turned up at his and he said, "Have you got a problem, motherfuckers?" or something like that. Okay, so there's 2 slightly different accounts of whether he went there or if they turned up at his place. However, Watani, who worked as Puck's manager at the time of the incident, said that it was he and Puck's stepfather that reached out to the gang leadership and told them not to harm Tupac. So that's an interesting to want to have at the end. I want to know whether that's real or not. The first part definitely sounds like Tupac, but whether they back down because of the discussion as well, who knows. Deal at 13. Tupac was offered a record deal at the age of 13, and it was his mum that refused to sign it. Equally, he was a ballet dancer as a teenager as well. Interesting, but offered a record deal at the age of 13, but his mum refused to sign it. Will Smith and Tupac. There's a video called Tupac and Jada. By the way, Jada's lost her shit, hasn't she? Let's be honest. Is it Jada Pinkett Smith? Fucking hell, you gotta feel sorry for will.i.am at some point, or Will, but will.i.am, I just refer to that all the time, but Will Smith, you gotta feel bad for him. Anyways, Tupac and Jada home video where Tupac and Jada are dancing and lip-syncing to Will Smith's song, Parents Just Don't Understand. It's pretty iconic that they were dancing to a Will Smith song and then she ends up with him. Ah, I gotta feel sorry for Will Smith. He must really feel like second best to Tupac Shakur. That is a difficult one to try and fill the shoes of. Next one, Madonna. Fucking Madonna. He secretly dated Madonna. What you may not have known is that Madonna could have had Tupac's baby had the two remained together for a significant length of time. Author Lucy O'Brien claimed in a book that was released in 2007 that Madonna desired to have a baby with the rapper while the two were an item. And she's fucking nuts now as well, so... You know, Tupac, what are you doing to these people, man? As soon as you go, you turn women fucking crazy, man. Music lyrics. There was always controversy surrounding Tupac's song lyrics as he often wrote about issues based on racism, police brutality, poverty and politics. One of his famous political works, Tupacalypse Now, was claimed to have influenced a teen in Texas to shoot at a state trooper. I mean, I didn't say these were happy facts. But on the next one, Tupac was pro-gun control. A sad fact about the rapper is that Tupac was not the first person he knew to have been shot. According to a piece written by Joe Perales of the New York Times, Tupac wrote his first rap about gun control. He was inspired to do so after a friend was shot. Tupac would, as time went on, write lyrics about violence. He received criticism from groups that wanted such songs to be banned from radio stations, television programs, and so on. Before any of that, though, Tupac had penned lyrics about gun control. Some of those lines would still be appropriate as well now. That's mad, and of course they're still appropriate now. This one, he's still rich. A piece of advice that is sometimes suggested to a person who's trying to connect the dots of a story is that he should follow the money. Why would Tupac fake his own death? Okay, one reason is that doing so would turn out to be very profitable for the rapper Tupac. Tupac per Forbes earned millions of dollars after he was killed. It was suggested that Tupac could have net worth of around 40 million today. How much Tupac would have been worth had he remained alive through the 2000s would never have been known, but 40 million is crazy when you've passed away. Here's some meaty ones now. Next one, California Love. Pac's comeback 1995 single California Love was originally supposed to be Dr. Dre's solo single. According to Tupac's frequently used engineer Tommy D, Death Row Records co-founder Suge Knight decided it would be better suited for Tupac's album. So that was just going to be Dr. Dre. So that California Love live that I watched could have never fucking existed. That scares the shit out of me. He's the best rapper in his school. Young Tupac Shakur with one of his friends, Shakur and Dana Mouse Smith, one of his school friends, and his beatbox won many rap competitions. Shakur was considered the best rapper in his school. So his mate obviously did beatboxing. Sorry, the articulation there is shit. That's just a copy and paste. Fuck knows what was going on there. So Shakur and someone called Mouse, one of his school friends, and his beatbox won many rap competitions. So even in school he was winning rap competitions. His first rap name. Tupac's first rap name went by the alias of MC New York, and that's considered to be his first rap name. Not as good as Tupac in my own personal opinion, but I'll take it. Green rapper. According to sources, Tupac was very fond of the colour green. To honour his love for the colour, her mother, Afeni Shakur, spread his ashes on a green hill in part of Los Angeles. Oh, that's lovely. Jim Carrey. Shakur's favourite actor was Jim Carrey, and when Tupac was in jail, Jim would often write letters to him to entertain him. Now, I did search high and low to try and find some of these letters, but I couldn't find any that were there. It was just referring to the fact that Jim Carrey read to him. Original album, Tupac was originally going to title his fourth studio album Euthanasia, and he expected the album to be out by Christmas. Instead, he called the album All Eyes on Me, and it dropped in February the 13th as opposed to around Christmas. The Juice movie. Tupac hadn't originally planned on auditioning for Juice. According to Digital Underground's Money B, Tupac decided to audition for the movie after he helped Money read through the lines for the movie. Pac read Bishop's lines, and Money B eventually recommended that Tupac come to the audition, and the rest is history. That's interesting, so he weren't even going to be in that. I do need to watch that, by the way. 50 Cent and Tupac. The verse for the song Tupac and 50 Cent Realist Killers was originally part of a still unreleased song called Let's Fight. That song was one Puck recorded for his One Nation album, which was a project he began recording with East Coast artists in an attempt to show unity between East and West. That's mad, innit? That's mad. So he was bringing together East and West through an album as well. Tupac loved Irish music. So Tupac, there was simply so many surprising aspects to him. One of those interesting facts about Tupac is that he enjoyed Irish music. Ever since he was a teenager, he enjoyed listening to the Irish pop musicians like Kate Bush, Culture Club, U2 and Sinead O'Connor. An angry letter from Rashida Jones. Now, Rashida Jones, she's the lady from Parks and Recreations, I think. Is she in that? She's the slightly quiety, mousy type one. I'm sure she is. Tupac was known for his big mouth. Whenever he disagreed with someone, this became very obvious. Apparently, he had one with Quincy Jones, the famous record producer. Tupac called him out for having relationships with white women. Not so much to the liking of Quincy Jones' daughter, Rashida, who wrote an angry letter to Tupac as she felt insulted. Obviously, Tupac was charming enough to make things up with her. They ended up becoming good friends. Tupac was an actor early on, so Tupac was just 12 years old, and he was played in a play called A Raisin in the Sun. This was performed in the famous Apollo Theatre in Harlem, New York. It's a famous play that debuted on Broadway back in 1959, and it comes from a poem, Harlem, by Langston Hughes. An important fact regarding this, the play was a fundraiser for Jesse Jackson's presidential campaign. That's a naughty one at the end, isn't it? I hope people are still here. Comment section if you're still here listening to these. Otherwise, I'm just talking to my fucking self. Two more. This one I liked a lot. Mr. Shakur's fiance, Kidada Jones, is the daughter of Quincy Jones. Oddly enough, Quincy Jones worked with Will Smith on The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and Will Smith later married Jada Pinkett, which is Tupac's closest friend. But the interesting part to this, in 1993 interview with The Source magazine, Shakur called out his soon-to-be father-in-law Quincy Jones for his relationships with white women. Actually, that undersells what actually happens. Puck, in his typically blunt fashion, was quoted as saying, "All he does is stick his dick in white bitches and make fucked up kids." So that kind of adds to old Rashid, who was getting a little bit fucked off with something like that. That made me laugh. All he does is stick his dick in white bitches and make fucked up kids. That's still making me chuckle. And last but not least, I have to end on this one. One of his most extraordinary interviews Tupac ever gave with MTV in '94. That's probably another one I haven't reacted to, is it? I need to fucking get on that. The rapper came out with the line that goes on to be the most quoted Tupac statement of all time. I'm not saying I'm going to rule the world or I'm going to change the world, but I guarantee I will spark the brain that will change the world. That's our job, to spark somebody else watching us. And that is how you end facts. Saying about sparking the brain, brainiacs. I mean, there's too many fucking similarities here. There we go. That's all the Tupac facts that I've got. I'll try and make sure that somewhere I do a list of these so you can see and go through for your favourite ones. But you put some in the comment section. In the comment section, you write down some Tupac facts that I wouldn't know about. Something meaty in there. I tried to grab a selection of different ones in there. Cool bullshit where bullshits need to be called on those. But I still think there's something different for Tupac's birthday. Anyways, enjoy the rest of today. Got loads planned, got loads coming out, and I hope you enjoy it. Brainiacs, you know I love you. Comment section is for some love. Anyways, I got stuff to do. Do you see my new light? Huh? Let's see if I can actually touch the stop button now. Fucking I can't.